the last time. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be
Absolutely,
on.
absolutely, brother, absolutely. So, man, I checked out the flyer yesterday. Talk to me about it.
Fighting in Germany, leaving Monday. We got the 14th. All praise to God. God willing, going out there, getting a dub, coming back. I got all kinds of things cooking. Can't really announce too much yet, but Team Child's gonna be busy. A lot of opportunities for not just myself, but people in my vicinity.
So, is this a boxing match? Is this bare knuckles? What we doing
It's a
here?
boxing match.
That's what I'm
Cattle
talking
fighting,
about.
yeah, yeah. Getting back to my first love.
Getting back to the
I guess,
roots.
yeah, I guess the knuckles was my first love. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. It always is for fighters, right?
it's all right.
Um. So talk to me. Going to Germany. First time.
Second time, yeah. My promotion, my promoters, Legacy Promotions, Legacy Management, Sports Management. They're out there. They're out of Dubai and also Germany.
So, obviously, how long have you been knowing about this information?
Officially, like 2 weeks ago, rumors of it, trying to get things locked in. That was like, you know, we hear about fights all the time. Um, but it didn't get serious till like 2 weeks ago. But God, thank God, I'm in the gym. I stay in decent shape.
That's good. That's good. Do you know anything about your opponent? Obviously, it's only been 2 weeks, but
Yeah, he don't have much on the internet. From what we see, he's got that European style. Good footwork, but I feel like his hands are slow, don't match his feet. So we have to figure something out for him.
mm,
Try to more so make him deal with me than have to deal with him.
I'm assuming that you're the biggest name on his resume.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, but I mean, he's fought some decent guys out over there. Like he's from Switzerland, so I
Do you
don't know. I
feel
don't know the place.
do you feel the need to you know knock him out to make a statement?
No, I just need I just feel the need to win. You know what I'm saying? Every time I look for a knockout, it don't never come.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop looking for those knockouts. But I know I just need to win.
Mm. Um. That's good, man. How excited are you?
I'm excited, man. I need a fight. My last boxing match was last August. I can't be waiting that long for these things. So I'm happy to get back in the ring, putting the gloves on, and legacies. They've came with some new partners. That's my promoters. So we're gonna have some big things for 2024. You know what I mean? Nice little nice little run. We're gonna put forward.
Talk to me about training camp at this point in time in your life. How much effort do you put into working to get into the shape, the game plan versus the actual healing process of it all?
The recovery is 50-50. Game plan. I'm doing more game plan because I'm staying in shape. At my age, I can't have no time. I don't have time to have to get back into shape and then try to work on the game plan, and then try to all the while recovering. So, and I'm not trying to act like I'm super disciplined, but I'm in the gym almost every day. Whether I'm working with clients or working on myself, I'm around it. I'm doing something every day. And so now I can just really focus on, really stepping up the intensity and also focusing on the game plan and focusing on the recovery. Not saying I get injured more, but just shit feels, different now.
Yeah, we ain't as young as we used to be, right?
Now, I have to stretch now. I used to do it just because it was like a formality. It was like I should stretch. Now I gotta stretch, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful that I did do the due diligence of stretching before, even when I didn't feel like I needed to, because I'm still very flexible.
Mm. So it's like it's a stretch before, a stretch after.
And throughout the day, you know what I'm saying, muscles start knotting up. This is my one of my saving grace. It's not quite yet a cane, you know what I'm saying, but this rubs knots out galore and it gets me right. You feel me? So
Yeah, I've been seeing those. uh, ice baths, all that,
all that,
definitely.
all that. You know what I mean?
What about the
I'm loving
chamber? And are the chambers added onto it or no?
I haven't done the hype about. I haven't done any of that yet. Him used to have one, but then too many wet people got in and it broke. It was nasty anyway. So I was turned off about that. But that chamber was nasty, so I just kind of associated hyperbolic chambers with that. But if it helps, I'll do it. You know what I mean? If it's kosher, I'm with it.
What weight class are you going to be fighting on?
154, plus a few pounds maybe.
Nice. You say plus 2 pounds?
Plus a few pounds maybe.
Oh, okay. So it might be a catch weight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why I should make 154 if it's not for a belt or for a higher ranking or something like that. 154,
Hmm.
that's championship weights. If we ain't doing nothing championship, it's just a fight. You know what I mean? Let's give a couple pounds.
Mm. Well, let's get right into some of the fights that
You,
happen at 54.
yeah.
Erickson Lubin and Jesus Ramos. Do you feel like they got the decision right?
Look, man, I don't think they necessarily got it wrong. Let me start off by saying I thought Ramos Ramos won. I don't think it was a robbery. I was going for Lubin, so it's not like I'm trying to be biased in any way. I thought Ramos edged out enough early rounds, but then he did take off the last four. In fact, I was doing the math in the last round. I'm like, man, if Lubin gets this one, then it's close. I think Ramos may have got. I don't know. So I'm saying congratulations to Lubin. You know what I mean? I believe he deserved to win. He could have gone either way, in my opinion. I
Mm.
was giving it to Ramos because of the momentum, not necessarily because of the counting the rounds. When I went back and counted the rounds, like, yeah, you know what I mean? All Lubin needed was 2 or 3 in the beginning, and I gave him that.
Right. Um, was it the fight that was it the fight that you expected?
No, it wasn't. But Lubin fought a good fight. It was a good fight, and there was opportunities that Lubin could have capitalized on that style that he was doing. Like not laying in the ropes as much, and again, it might have been Ramos being strong and pushing him there more than him letting him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Lubin fought a good fight. I didn't expect that. I thought it was gonna be I thought Lubin was gonna sit there and try to, you know what I mean, show the young boy. But he showed good boxing, and he caught Ramos with clean jabs the whole time Ramos was coming in. And then when Ramos was getting busy, he wasn't catching Lubin cleanly. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shoulder, arm catching. You know, Lubin didn't really get caught cleanly like that. So yeah, it has to be effective aggression, not just aggression. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Right, 100%, 100%. Like what would you like to see out of these two guys? As far as, I mean, it's cool because you're in this division. Um, you know, talk to me, like, who would you like to see Erickson Lubin fight next? Who would you like to see Jesus Ramos fight next? And who would you like to fight?
Like I love to fight all these cats, but I'm looking at like Danny Garcia who needs a fight. Um, he's at 154. I'm looking at someone like him. Thurman needs a fight. Thurman needs a fight. I'm looking at fighting one of those guys. Lubin, I'd love to fight Lubin too. Ramos, yeah, I'd love to fight either one of those, but for to see who would I like to see them fight. I wouldn't mind a rematch. It was a good fight. I
Mm.
think they both would do something differently and make it even more, a better fight.
Yeah, I think the fight definitely deserves a rematch for sure.
No cap, I would like to see because Charlo ain't look good at all. Ramos and Charlo or Ramos and Lubin get back to it.
Rematch with Charlo and Lubin.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Especially the Charlo we saw this weekend. Ruben
Talk
might
about it. Talk about it.
yeah, man,
Your
my man.
reaction.
I was pulling for Charlo, you know what I mean? And I was fighting with all these Mexicans in my gym, leading up to the fight.
What they
You know what I mean?
saying? What they saying?
Well, they're like Charlo is too little, and I'm like, bro, Charlo's bigger than that man. Naturally, you know what I'm saying? He's taller. You know what I mean? I don't know how that man made weight. And really my problem was I kept comparing, and it wasn't even a problem. I kept telling the context is I was like, comparison to me fighting them, Charlo was the bigger man. Now that was at 154, and that was also what 2018. Um, things change, and people grow, and it wasn't even that Canelo's still 8'5'9" maybe. Charlo is taller and it has a bigger frame. It's just when you looked at their bodies, you could tell who put in the work and who didn't look like they put in work. Charlo's body looked like he just didn't have to make weight.
Do you feel like some of that weight that he had was basically more water weight than anything else?
Where he didn't have no muscle definition, nothing, man. And I'm thinking like you should have gone put on some, a few pounds of muscle weight and struggled a little bit to make weight. You know what I mean? Because that's what Canelo did. That's why his back looked like that. And yours kind of look, what I mean, just SpongeBob SquareBody.
um, we talked about, we I got your prediction on the fight. You said that, Jamel had a good chance. You did say it was a 50-50, but you also said that Jamel Charlo hits harder. And I know that you were at 54 for both
Yeah,
of these guys. So it was really hard to kind of like figure out, who is the guy. But then in the same time, it's like Canelo's king at 68, and he's
yeah.
been there for a little bit longer. Um, Now durability, when it comes down to, do you think that was the main factor in this fight?
Like you think like Charlo wasn't able to take it anymore,
I mean, he
and that's
from
why he
round
was
one. I
from
mean,
round
well,
yeah
let's
round
go
two
off
he
that.
yeah
The first two rounds, you seen the jitters. First of all,
yeah he seemed scared, and I mean he felt like there was a shot he caught in his glove, and he was like, nah, I'm not doing none of that. But the
Mhm.
thing is, what was his? I don't know what the plan A was. What was plan A? Was it just to move? Was it to hit and move? Because it just seemed like he went to whatever that was and did not try to plan B, C, nothing. And his corner had nothing to give him either. His corner had no instructions for him. It was like, hey, let their hands go. I don't know, man. It's
Did you feel like
I
did you
don't know.
feel like he came for the check?
Not at first. You know what I'm saying? I think he came to really win, but then
He got hit in that elbow and shoulder, and he
it was
said,
like, nah. Let me get this money and not get knocked out so I don't lose my stock. I think he did after a while because the fact that he's like, I'm proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for not getting knocked out.
yeah, basically. Um, and most people can't say, you're not in his shoes. But if I was him, I would blame his layoff. I'd be like, look, it would have been a different story if I had a fight. You know what I mean? Within the last 15 months, that's his best bet.
Mm, mm. Do you believe? And a lot of people have been talking about Canelo has been falling off a few steps. You fought him at 54, where he was actually throwing combinations. Um, this is a different Canelo that is kind of infatuated with his power. Do you believe you've basically fought the better Canelo?
No, I don't think so. I think after Canelo lost to Floyd, he got his ring IQ got a lot. Got much better. Even his footwork got better. You know,
Mm,
it- for the time when he was still letting them hands go, his speed was up. I think Canelo got a lot better, and I think Charlo did too. Even since I fought him, but Charlo was on that uprising, and then he had a 15-month. Imagine having you knock out Tony, you have a draw with Castano, you come back and knock out Castano, you're unified champion, and then you don't fight for another year and a half. All that momentum just crash and burn. You know what I'm saying?
undisputed, undisputed.
That's undisputed, man. And then just that momentum goes away. And then he comes back. to fight Canelo, and I think it would have been a better fight if he had a little activity.
You think that would have been a major difference or same outcome?
It, you know,
Power is power.
it may have been as it would have been a better fight,
It would have been a better fight.
and
Um,
Charlo wouldn't have lost nothing because he had nothing to lose for real unless he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like you really don't got nothing to lose in this fight unless you quit or just stank the place up.
mm, mm.
So
Look,
Charlo would have gained something if he had to fight in the middle.
looking at Charlo at 68, did you see any difference though, as far as body language, more sluggish, less sharp? What do you
Yeah,
think?
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. He didn't do it right. Excuse me. I don't know how. Excuse me. I don't know how he made 54 for real. Because from what I understand, this man can walks around like close to 190, 200 pounds,
Hmm.
right? So he had to lose weight to get to 168. But if instead of gaining some muscle, um, or even just losing the weight, right, it just looked like he didn't have to lose as much weight. And then I don't know what he was doing in this camp, and I can't attest from it. I just saying his body didn't look like he put on any muscle, and I would think that would be something you would try to do. Coming up two weight classes, you got to put on whether it's just in the legs. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be squatting for days.
Hmm. Um, Also, looking at Canelo, is that a better version of Canelo than what we've seen with John Ryder and Triple
Yeah,
G, the last
I,
Triple
th-
G?
I think he looked good. Pause. Um, he could have let his hands go more, but
Yeah. Um, in the same time, like, cause I talked to Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez, the dad last night. He believes that there was no power in that fight. Uh,
yeah.
What do you think? Like, do you think he should have got, the 54 Charlo out of there?
I do. I think he should have got that version of the 54 Charlo out of there. It wasn't like it was a sharp Charlo that was bringing it, that was, giving him
Right.
problems. It was a Charlo that was trying to survive. Now, as from a fighter standpoint, sometimes it's hard to even look good against somebody who just wants to survive. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, Charlo had no answer for him. He really could have just bum rushed him, and you saw when he caught him with that clean hook, he just walked straight through it. You know what I'm saying? At that point, there's nothing else Buddy could have done if you decide to onslaught him.
Mm, mm. So now, asking you this question, like, who do you think is the harder puncher? Now.
Yeah, oh for sure. Canelo got it. Yeah, he knocked out Kovalev for a reason.
Right, right, right. Um, and that being said, does is he possibly the most devastated puncher at the division?
At
Among guys
68,
like yeah, among guys like David Morrell.
yeah, definitely. I like to see, of course, Benavidez and Canelo. Because Benavidez doesn't, he's not looking for one punch. He's gonna hit you with accumulation. That might be the the answer to Canelo.
Combination punches.
Combination punches. Um,
I mean, Bivol gave us a little game plan of how to beat him as well, but
Absolutely.
stylistically, I don't think David could oppose that type of a style against because he doesn't have the
Correct.
feet that Evo has. But there's a different, combinations are coming in differently for sure.
Correct. Yeah.
They come
Absolutely.
in threes and fours. Um, Durability of David, though. I mean, we've also seen Caleb Plant being able to push him back.
Yeah. That's
Um,
true.
This is why it's such a great fight. And then in the same time, towards the end of the fight, the announcer asked, how about David Benavidez at Cinco de Mayo? He says, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you get out of that?
Let's go. Any day, anytime he wants it. He's hungry.
Mm,
He's hungry like I thought Charlie would be hungry. So I think we'll see a better fight. The heart will be there. All that, man. Hey, Mills, I appreciate you having me on, bro. This has been great, G. I gotta run, man. This is love, man. I can talk to you all day.
I understand, brother. I understand, man. Enjoy your workout, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. You guys already know it's Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media. That's Austin Trout, and his reaction upon the Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo fight. He fought both of them. I definitely wanted to get his my last question, which I completely forgot because he fought both for the Charlos. Does the big Charlo have more of a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? It tends to be, with a lot of these fighters, when you're not directing a lot of the questions towards them and their career, they kind of get a little, you know, but I don't think that was the case with Austin Trout. I mean, we've talked for hours before. He's a good dude, and he got a fight coming up, and he needs to get ready for it. So I completely understand. But what y'all think about the situation with Jamel Charlo and Canelo Alvarez? Do you guys believe that David Benavidez is the only guy that you want to see fight Canelo Alvarez? Do you guys really, really want to see, a Canelo Alvarez versus, a Terrence Crawford? Does he get the respect that he deserves? If he fights a Terrence Crawford, and nevertheless, that's that. I want to hear what you guys have to say. What I mean, make sure you guys smash the like button. We got over 75 people on the live, 17 likes. Let's get them up. Let's get them up. Let's get them up, man. It's Mill City Boxing, man. We up. We doing the lives here. We got another one coming up. I got James Tony, the legendary James Tony coming up next. So you mean this is one of the platforms that's giving you guys some of the best trainers, fighters, legends, and all that. Um, so what y'all thoughts though? You know what I'm saying? Mills, bro, I always wanted to know how are you so plugged in with so many fighters? Did you used to fight? Are you famous? How bros? Well, listen, I'm not famous whatsoever. I definitely did. I had 13 amateur fights, which I don't believe that's the reason why uh, I'm so plugged. I think that people like what I'm doing, and they want to join in. I mean, be a part of what I'm doing. A lot of people say that they like what I'm doing for the boxing culture itself. Ask a lot of great questions, and in the same time, uh, you know, um, I think it's just I'm part of the culture now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to for all y'all to be tapping in with me and chopping it up. I think that the support is big for me. Either if I get likes or if I get super chats or whatever the case may be, it's always appreciated. It keeps me going. It keeps me motivated. But yeah, that's pretty basically why I'm so plugged. I believe, and I've been around. I got scouted out by Fight Hype. Fight Hype looked what I was doing in the beginning of my career. I just started, so I mean, I've only been doing it for 7 months, so I'm grateful, and I think God has a lot to do with it as well. Morel versus Canelo would be a good fight. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I think it would be a good fight, um, due to the fact that just due to the fact that Morel doesn't have a huge professional resume, and Canelo Alvarez has so much experience. I think that Morel is a really big guy. I think that he gives Canelo Alvarez a lot of complications, probably more complications than the Devin Benavidez. But then again, the styles make fights, and David Benavidez has a unique fire, high punch output, lots of combinations, throws. He's very, very underrated body puncher. He has the length, pause. He got the height. Um, So I think all these fights that we're mentioning is good. I think that when it comes down to Jamal Charlo, I think Jamal Charlo might stay in there and fight a little bit more than a Jamel Charlo, his brother. But in the same time, when you're not really when you're not in the gym, and I'm a big testament to this too. Like once you go to the gym and you leave the gym and you're not always in the gym, you lose your timing, you lose your speed, you lose a lot of the sharpness. So that being said, and then the whole Jamal Charlo and the Roy Jones leaving Rodney Shields. I just think that at this point in time, yeah, Roy Jones is a legend, but we all know that Roy, and it was an honor for me to even speak to Roy as well. But when it comes to coaching, and Roy, he tends to teach most of his students how his style is, and Roy is a he's a freak of nature. He was when he was a active, when he was that, he was a freak of nature, let's be honest, at the highest point of his career. So I believe that it's tough for Jamal Charles just to go jump in there with Roy Jones, knowing that you have a lot of history with Rodney Shields, and obviously you're gonna trust Roy, but also if you really think in the past, like look what happened with Chris Eubank Jr. He went with Bomac for the rematch with Liam Smith and knocked out Liam Smith. Uh, when he was with Roy Jones, Liam Smith knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Um, Roy Jones hasn't really produced a champion yet, nor a guy that has been a title contender. So I think that when it comes to Jamal Charlo and Canelo Alvarez, I think that's just another big obstacle for him. Maybe Jamal is a little bit more durable because I mean, just watching the Jarechenko fight, Jarechenko he can punch, uh, but at the same time he was actually on his way out as well. So I don't know. I think a lot of people. Do y'all? My question to y'all is though, do y'all think that Jamel kind of ruined a shot for his brother to fight Canelo. That big payday. I know that. Um, you know, this this compounded by the fact that no one can the difference between Jamel and Jamal Charlo. Facts. Uh, it's just what it is. Mill City is Lowell, Massachusetts. It's the home of Mickey Ward, Leonard, Lugan. Just to give you the heads up, Karen East, what's going on? What's going on? Johnny Bravo, what's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Let's get these smash the like button. Smash the like button. Johnny Bravo, no. Tommy, why you saying no? Háblame claro. Talk to me nice. What it do? What it do? What's up, chat? Smash the like button. We're walking in and out. We out here turning it up. We turn it up, and you know, we just we're moving on. With the Boo Boo and Boo Boo and Benavidez, I think that's a big fight. I think that's a good fight. Um, Nevertheless, this is what we doing here. This is exactly what we doing here. Uh, can you still fight the other Charlo? That's the thing. I mean, oh, okay, I got you. Well, that's just what it is. I mean, we don't really know. What round is Fury stopping Nangando? Um, Honestly, you know, when it comes to the UFC, don't be surprised if Ngannou doesn't get stopped. Because I think it's gonna be a dirty fight. He's coming from the UFC. He's gonna come with big punches. He's gonna get tired fast, and he's not gonna be sharp at all. Uh, I believe his clinching game is gonna be on point. I think he's probably the only person that is able to clinch Fury the best. Um, I think that uh, it's a possibility, but it would have to happen in the later rounds. I'm thinking if it was a stoppage, I'm thinking around 8, 9, due to the accumulation of punches that Fury throws. But then again, it's like we've seen time and time again with some of these fighters that they don't really wake up for training camp, and I think that due to the due to the history of boxing in the UFC when they emerge, we've seen even guys like Jake Paul understand that a guy from the UFC can't mess with a guy in the boxing ring, and I think vice versa. I don't think a boxer can mess with a guy with a UFC. I mean, we can't. But if any combat sport would be worth it more, you would have to pick and choose the style. If you're like a grappler and you're a kicker, and I think that the boxer would have a hard time. But you know, boxing is an amazing sport to be able to strike with your upper body. So that's just my take on the Engando. But yeah, I think rounds 8 and 9 are probably the more, the heavyweights that get tired very quickly, and Fury has the experience to be able to pick on Ngando's flaws. I think Fury will take his time though, because Ngannou does pack a punch. Uh, but in the same time, does he pack a punch with boxing gloves? So, you know, will you ask James Toney his opinion on Kamaru Mountain? Most likely. I mean, most likely. He's in Vegas. They're in Vegas. I'm pretty sure he knows a lot about Carmel, but not too much. Uh, our man Tony's a busy guy. He's dealing with his documentary and time to time coaching and some of the gyms and stuff like that. Charlo. Um, Peace Charlos are done. They are fading into the sunset like Thurman and Spence. Oof. Fury to make 200 mil for Angando plus Usyk. That will make him number one earned by a mile. In today's day and age, yes. Remember back in the days when Floyd Mayweather was making them big bucks, man, just off of one fight. Remember, you know, uh, biggest person in boxing is, they say it's Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. I think that's 200 million or something around that sort. Uh, and then right after that, Floyd holds the second biggest one with Conor McGregor. So, but and nowadays, if you can pick up a check like what you're saying right now, Fury with 2 million, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. I don't like counting a guy's pockets, but that's a lot of money. Smash the like button if you feel what I'm saying. Smash the like button if you like what I'm saying. Come on, man. Let's get these likes up, guys. It's free. It's free.com. It's gratis. Mel Charlo's still gonna get knocked out by Bud before it's all over. They can ride into the sunset with Arrow. Oof, that's tough. Um, you know, definitely Bud has the skill set, and he has I don't believe he has the one punch knockout power, but maybe these guys are not maybe they're not like that. Maybe when they looked at the division, they caught a lot of people off guard. Castano, look at the size of Castano. Castano is small. He's a small guy moving up from welterweight. We had Erickson Rubin when he knocked out Erickson Rubin. Erickson Rubin was only 22 when Charlo fought Trout. Trout was on his way out. You know what I'm saying? So styles make fights, but most importantly, timing. Timing makes fights. When some of these fighters they grab some of these guys at the right time, and they want to talk about Canelo Alvarez being a cherry picker. Well, listen, man, there's a lot of people that do it too. Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison, he beat Tony Harrison. He lost to Tony Harrison as well. I think his best opponent, that you have to give him super props to is Tony Harrison. But Tony Harrison's going up in age, and let's be honest, Chin's been tested too much in his career. Damn, like Thurman and Spence. You guys are cold. You guys are cold. Johnny Bravo, Bud is strong as an ox. He was pushing Arrow around. So Easy and Bud has elite counter punching timing. Mr. Lightning, Mill City, what's crack a lacking? What's crack a lacking, man? We were chopping it up with Austin Trout for the first 22 minutes. I think he just got to go. I think he had to go run. Canelo should keep defending his belt at 168. When better beef or bivol become undisputed, the Canelo should challenge for that. See, we're doing a lot. We're asking Canelo for a lot there too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Canelo is 5'7", 5'8". We want to see the best, but we tend to do things like want to see these guys lose and put them in predicaments that are not easy to win. Let's be honest, what Canelo Alvarez has done in his career, two people have only done it, and that's two legends, Thomas Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. Moving up that many weight classes, but those specific weight classes, 54, 60, 68. Those, and he also got a title at 75, against Kovalev. Kovalev was coming off of a knockout against Anthony Yard. Like, that's impressive. Like, we have to give Canelo Alvarez his praises because he is one of the best fighters of this decade, man. Of these few decades, man. So we have to give those praises. Smash a like button, smash a like button, man. We here, we giving out jewels, we giving out gems. We doing what we gotta do. I think Danny Garcia can beat Charlo at 54. It's a hard task. That's a hard task. Now we're asking for a hard task for Danny. Danny hasn't knocked shit out since 140 pounds. Does he crack? Yes. Does he have a chin? Yes. But we've only seen him in there with Jose Benavidez at 154 pounds. Not the greatest specimen to be able to, you know, compare to, my opinion. You know, Amazing interview, my guy. I appreciate you, Mr. Lightning Man. I appreciate you guys, all of you guys, for tapping in and showing love. Canelo is overrated. Joel Vasquez, I mean, hey, it's your opinion. You know, what he has done, nobody has done in the last 30 years. So, um, if that's easy, then everybody would have been able to do it. Um, that's my take on it. I don't believe that Canelo is not overrated at all. I think he's exactly where he is rated. He's rated. Nobody's saying that he's one of the best Mexican fighters of all time because there's so many great fighters. You know, so many great Mexican fighters. I think that he's definitely top five Mexican fighter. Standing on number five. I think Ricardo Lopez, Salvador Sanchez, Chavez, Marquez, and then you might want to put Canelo right in that situation. You might. Does Charlo beat Tim Tszyu? Uh, I think that Charlo can beat Tim Tszyu. I also think that Tim Tszyu possesses a lot of challenges for Canelo, for Jermell Charlo. Canelo be fighting bums. Well, all right. So, I mean, what do you guys think about in the chat with, Joel Vasquez is saying, is he just trolling or what? He just beat the undisputed champion at 154 pounds. Triple G was a silver medalist. One of the most devastating punchers. Also multi-champion, multi-division champion. I mean, I don't know. Challenging Bivol, which is a super high challenge. And didn't necessarily accomplish what he wanted to do, but didn't get hurt in the fight. He beat Miguel Cotto. He fought one of the best fighters of all time, Mayweather at 23 years old. At 23 years old, he fought one of the better 12-round fighters in boxing, which was Mayweather. Um, I don't know. I don't know how we can say he's overrated when he's doing the best that he can possibly do. Austin Trout, we just got off of him. He beat Austin Trout. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Laura was an Olympian, a gold medalist. You know what I'm saying? Like the accolades go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Knocked out Kovalev, the Crusher. Like I said, once again, right after knocking out Anthony Yard. I mean, the 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 accolades go on and on and on. And I'm not. And I'll tell you right now, I wasn't even a Canelo fan until he beat my guy Cotto, and I lost $300 on that. So um, I don't think he's overrated. I think that he's exactly where he needs to be. I, I I'm not going to say that he's my favorite fighter, but he's definitely one of my favorites when it comes down to 12 round fighters. Is he in my top five? No. Is he in my top 10? No. But he's definitely in my top 15, top 12 for sure. Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. Lara beat Canelo, and hey, I'm not gonna go out here and talk about some of the some of the decisions that went his way. I'm not. I will agree. I will agree with that Lara fight was it looked like Lara won the fight, but then again, it's a boring fight. Cotto was old when they fought, and the smaller guy. See, so we're throwing too much things out now. You know what I'm saying? He's an older guy. That's fine. So I mean, are we gonna talk about if we're gonna throw shade on Canelo? Are we gonna throw shade on Mayweather then? Because Mayweather has fought in a lot of guys that were not in their prime or out of their prime. You know what I'm saying? I think that we should show love to what's going on in boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao got a couple guys that were in the old, but is he not great? I think that you know uh, for people that never really been in the ring, I think we kind of misjudge some of these guys and stuff like that. Mill, but what you think about Canelo saying PBC fighters are not on his level? Hey, that's what he got to say. Karen East, that's what you got to say. Think about it. You a fighter. You a fighter. You got to say these things. You got to show that you're the king. You know, over what they say that he made what 900 pay-per-view buys. Like that's a lot of buys. He's showing that he's an attraction. He's showing that accolades keep piling up. If you're gonna go and campaign uh, with a 3 fight deal, 2 fight deal now with PBC and be able to do what you're doing, yeah, uh, I wanna promote myself to the max. Plus, I got all the belts. I got all the belts at 68. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that until someone proves me wrong. That's what I'm gonna do. In my opinion, that's what I'm gonna do. Smash the like button, guys. Over 95 people and only 39 likes. Yeah, what y'all telling me? Y'all telling me that you don't like the channel? Is that what we're doing? We're not. Can I get 50% out of this? Come on, let's get this. Let's go. Smash the like button. Like if you haven't smashed your girlfriend in like a whole week and you about to give it to her. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, baby. Come on, let's get it. Undisputed at 168. Joel, knock it off, bro. You're hating, obviously. Hey, I didn't say it. He said it, but hey, it is. Facts. Smash the like button, man. We out here. We out here, man. Let's conversate in the comment section. Let's chop it up. Chop it on with one another and also chop it up with me. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. Fish fry like the like button, y'all. Exactly, exactly. Johnny Bravo, we told everybody. We told everybody who Bud was. Let's be honest. We told everybody who Terrence Crawford was. Now, let me tell you one thing, though. I don't want to see Terrence Crawford fight Canelo Alvarez, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Bud fan, but I don't want to see that happen. I definitely don't want to. It's like when I talked to Bozianis the other day, you know what I'm saying? He said he likes the Canelo Alvarez fight. And I understand that, Boots is big and stuff like that, but I don't want to see that fight either. I think that I think anybody that's at the lower weight classes should stay away from Canelo. I think that People should stay away from Bud. Um, I think Boots and Bud is a good fight. I just think that experience can play a big factor in the fight. There's gym experience and then there's live experience, light fight night with the lights and everything else. Do you guys remember seeing the Jamel, in the first two rounds with jitters? You can tell a fighter's jitters is when they're throwing a jab and they're not extending it all the way. Stuff that coaches tell you in the gym: extend your jab, extend your jab. Like those are main factors in what's going on here. I don't want to see Bud and Canelo either, unless he about to retire after. I don't want to see it, but I'll tell you when I do want to see it. If Terrence Crawford fights Jermell Charlo, knocks him out, I want to see it. I want to see it straight up. I want to see it, and it doesn't mean like people gonna be like, "Oh, Terrence Crawford, um, he knocked out Jermell Charlo, and Canelo couldn't knock out Jermell Charlo." That's not what it is. It's just that like when you in there fighting, right, and you actually are in a competitive fight and you want to win, it's easy. It's easy to get clipped with something. Remember, the shot that you don't see is the one that's gonna drop you. So the one that if you're running around the rosy, right, like how Jamel Charlo was in there, kitty cats only, right, all around the ring, right, and you don't want to engage, and you can see everything that's coming. It's hard to knock you out. It's even harder, even get you a stoppage and stuff like that. Got to give props to Canelo for even getting the knockdown. I think that was an impressive knockdown. Um, Plan A was to move up and get paid. Mm, hey, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. He will knock out Charlo in 9 rounds less. Mark my words. Mm, mm. I could. I like the matchup. I like the matchup. Smash the like button though. I like the matchup. Cheetahs only. Cheetahs only. That was a good one. Cheetahs only. Cheetah Cubs. Cheetah Cubs only. You know what I'm saying? I think Bud should fight at 54. Collect them belts from Tim Zoo. See, I've been seeing this a lot lately. Everyone's saying Tim Zoo, like if he's not fighting Brian Mendoza. That's crazy to me. We overlooking Brian Mendoza. And you know what? We overlooked Brian Mendoza 2 times in a row already. And look what he has done. Look what he did to Fondora, and look what he did to the opponent before. We can't be overlooking some of these fighters. Brian Mendoza might not have the better boxing IQ than Tim Zoo, but he definitely got a bigger one punch knockout power, and that's frightening. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep it 100. Smash the like button. We got almost 90 people on the live and only 45 likes. Let's get these up to 50, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this up to 50. If you rock with me, let's get them up. It's free, baby. It's free. I haven't got a super chat yet. Let's get these likes up, though. Let's get these likes up, though. We still want to see Zoo versus Bud. I do. I do. I want to see, you know what I'm saying? But, it's crazy because nobody want to see the Spence rematch. And I ain't going to hold you. I'm not going to be an activist upon me wanting to see that fight either. Because I ain't really. Respect to Mendoza, though. Absolutely. A man got power. A man got a punch. We got to respect it. It's a mandatory. Big brother in life. What it do? What it do? He slayed the giant. Bro, tell me about it. Tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? They bark and then they don't accept when the favorite fighters lose. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Joel Vasquez, my man Matias is fighting soon. Absolutely. And I just did an interview with I don't know if y'all seen it on Instagram, but I just did an interview earlier, right before I did this one. I was talking to Zab. I was talking to Zab. I was talking to Tio on the phone, and then and then and then I did an interview with Gary Anton Russell. and we were talking upon Matias, and he's like, I don't know Matias, and I made him go look him up and stuff like that, and he called out Matias, and I try I call Matias, and he's gonna be on some hospital note shit like he did with Regis the other time. You know what it is. What I want to see him with boy Arrow one more time for all that one-sided ass whooping talk leading up to the first match. Hey, it is what it is. Paco Carlos, I just gave you a like because I'm tired of hateful, envious Magnus with a platform, but I see you don't fall for the BS like a fanboy. Absolutely not, son. Absolutely not. We keep it 100 over here, unbiased. We don't go off a race. We go off of what we learned in the gym. We go off of what we see with our own eyes, and we're not doing none of that. We're not doing none of that. I want to see Matias versus Tio. I want to see Matias. See, I want to see it, but I don't see. The only way I see it is if Tio goes over there, right? But if Tio goes over there, he's going to keep getting mistreated at top rank, and I don't want Tio to keep getting mistreated at top rank because you know what it is. He's going to have to go for a purse bid or something like that, unless Bob keep it like, yo, make it happen. It's a possibility due to the fact that Matias hasn't made a lot of money in boxing yet. So Bob has the at least he has the budget to at least give money to Matias to make that fight happen. So we got the WBO versus the IBF for that fight, and that'll be a great clash, great style matchup. You know what I'm saying? And you just never know what could happen in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Matias is a dangerous fighter. A lot of people want to talk about him being rock'em sock'em robots, but also he got a nice catch and shoot game. Um, the more athletic guy. I'm big on footwork. Tio has a great opportunity to win that fight. He has the style to beat Matias, and also Matias has some little veteran moves that make anybody have problems, give anybody problems. I want to see Boots retire Bud at 147 pounds. I don't think I don't think Boots can just go out there and retire him. I think it will be a good fight. That would be the passing of the torch. Definitely would be though. Q, Q. That would be definitely the passing of the torch. Big brother in life, yeah. Young Tito, yo, he looked like him, right? He looked like him, right? Relax, relax. Smash the like button. I don't want to tell you twice. I don't want to tell you 3 times. Smash the like button. Always good vibes over here. You already know. Amazing interview with Austin Trout. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Runner up them likes for Mill City, bringing that heat content. Absolutely. Y'all be going to different channels and stuff like that. Not giving great insight. Not going to channels that never boxed in their whole life, going to channels that never bring a boxer in their whole life, and here we go. Dímelo, dímelo, dímelo. Manati, Manoti. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the fire content, bro. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Like that shit is fire. I really appreciate it. The first one of the day. I think I did what? How many lives today? Oh, this is my second one. This is my second one. Pero por fin, algo, algo. Finally, finally. Matias trains in Mexico with the beast trainer right now, Panda Najero. He has Emmanuel Rodriguez and Karam Karam Cameron Cepeda. Big brother in life, yeah, bro. For real, bro. I was having mid-90s flashbacks. Yeah, diablo. I've been rocking with you since the Bud versus Spence fight. I also tune in when I can. Yo, Z, I appreciate you. Pacino, I appreciate you. I really do. I really do, man. Thank you guys all for rocking with me. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you show love. Press the notification button so whenever I come on live, you guys are already aware of when I'm gonna be tapping in. You never know who I'm gonna have next. You never know what we're gonna be talking about. I'm balling on a budget. Sorry, buddy, Papito. That's something, man. That's something. Something's better than nothing. I ain't gonna hold you, son. I appreciate you. Mano T, I appreciate you, man. That's all love over here, man. It's very much appreciated, bro. It really is. This is what I do right now for a living, so it helps out tremendously. You know, uh, Bud's great, but I think he's looking for a payday before he retires. Do you blame him? Uh, he hasn't been getting his just dues, man. Two-time undisputed, and now people want to talk about him being number one pound for pound. Because if he loses to Boots or Charlo or anybody that Canelo fights, opportunities are out the window. Hey, it is what it is. Pero smash the like button, baby. Smash the like button. Q. It's out the window now. Shit. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. That was a great card. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something about the matchup though. I'm gonna tell you something about the matchup because I've been going hard on Charlo. I've been going really hard on the kid. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I go so hard is because he be acting like an animal. He be acting like an animal. And not no lion, but he be acting like an animal. And the reason why I'm gonna say what I gotta say is, yo, he probably did think he could win, you know, but then I know boxing. I know when people are the shook ones. When you sign the contract, you start asking so many questions. You start talking about all the sparring guys that Canelo sparred with. Yo, how's he punching? Yo, when he hit me in the shoulder, I felt it on my butt cheek. You know what I'm saying? He hit me in the stomach, and I felt it on my big toe. And he's hearing all this stuff, and he getting shook daddy, right? He getting shook daddy, right? He in the locker room, hitting the pass, bop, bop, bop. You're up, you're up. All right, it's time to shine. All right, go on. Stage is bright. Next thing you know it, you on the stage. You're looking at everybody. You're hearing boos and you're hearing yes, but all I know is there's a whole bunch of people here, over 30,000. So I'm like, okay. Then the red-headed albino comes up, right? Canelo in the building. Cinnamon in the building comes up. Con los Mexicano twins over there spitting the Mexican rap. I don't even rock with Mexican rap. So sometimes I do when I'm like listening to somebody else's radio, but not on my time, right? So he there, crowd going wild, shit getting real, right? Never been on a stage like this. It gets real. Round one comes. This is how the jab coming from Jermell. Slow as shit. And they don't even pop all the way out. Anyway, he get he feels the momentum. He gets hit right here. He gets hit right here. Now we running around the rosy for the rest of the fight. I'm gonna throw punches just for the camera though, and I'm just to get him off me. Once Jamel hit that, he landed that left hook. He's like boom. Canelo went pickety. It was over for me. For me, right there, it was over. It was over. The fight was done. The fight was done for me. Get to the paper mill city. You are going to the top. I will meet you there, Mr. Lightning, man. I appreciate you, bro. We're gonna go to the top. That's for sure. That's for sure. Anyway, right? Goes down. He gets hit with that big. See, the big shot that I like, right, was that straight right hand. And I was talking to somebody. I think I was talking to Mickey Bay about it, right? So he comes up and he goes like this. And when he does that, it looked like he going for the body. But then when he lifts up his shoulder, he has his hand curled like he's gonna throw a hook. So Charlo wanna catch it, then he straightens it out and hits him right here. Bro, to have that type of timing, to have that type of misdirection for a fighter like that, you gotta give props to it because you don't see it. You don't see other guys when you don't see other fighters doing little things like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give props when it's given. Charlo gets hit with that, it phases him because I seen his face. He looked like he sucked on a lemon. He like, right, right. It was like that, right? And then next thing you know it, he sees Canelo coming out. He calls him the ox, right? He called him the ox, right? So we got Charlo. He just finished sucking on the lemon, like, right? And then he sees he sees he sees Cinnamon coming in, right? He like, oh hell no, right down on the knee. Now, what he could have did, right? He could have clinched, right? But in that time of clinching, he would have opened himself up, right? Could have been bad, right? It could have been real bad. So, he takes the knee like a vet. I appreciate it. I salute that. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Pero, tell me one thing. Did we see a lion though? Nah, nah. You know, um, it seems to me that Charlo is a big 154-pounder. Let's recap. Remember Antonio Margarito? Remember that? Big boy, right? Campaigning at welterweight. Huge. Goes to 54. You regular, son. You regular. Same thing with Errol Spence. When Errol Spence moves up to 54, you regular. That's my take. Remember Paul Williams when he moved up? Lights out. You know? Weight draining yourself to a point where you could become the bully. Now, David Benavidez at 75. If he's punching, that with all those combinations, it's gonna save him. The style is gonna save him. But that kid got a potential to become a cruiserweight. Let's be honest. He got a potential for that. That's facts. So what we saying? Ooh, a peso. Let's celebrate their first super on live stream. Man, Moro, Moro. Man, appreciate the super chat, brother. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Something is better than nothing, and I appreciate y'all, man. I definitely do. You know, this is what we doing for a living right now. This is what we're doing. I coach boxing on the side, but this is, and a lot of that, if people know about coaches, man, when it comes to I'm an amateur coach, and we don't get paid much, or don't get paid at all. You know what I'm saying? So I love the sport. I appreciate the sport, and the YouTube kind of make me go crazy. So I appreciate that. I am now a fan of your channel, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Real talk, man. I'm gonna try to keep getting this content to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wake up in the morning and feel like, oh, let's get on the YouTube thing. But I need 60 likes right now. I need 60 right now. We have 58. I need it. 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 I do think Bud beats Charlo though, but the fight won't happen. Well, uh, slow your roll there, Q. That's not true. That's not true. It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. What you motivation? What's your motivation and goal as a trainer? Mom, listen, man. I was an amateur boxer myself, and my trainer at the age of 16 took me in. Uh, my dad kicked me out of the house at 16. My trainer took me in. So I have a lot of respect for boxing trainers. And my story is there's my story. There's a lot of people that have the same story I do. So in the streets of Mill City, it used to be tough, and you can easily go into gangs, and you can easily get into drugs, and a lot of drugs, man. So I feel like getting the kids out of the street is one of my main purposes of life. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important. I feel like I'm a great role model. I used to do a lot of different things in my life. Uh, one of those things was I was a big club promoter. I owned several nightclubs. I was selling people liquor. Wasn't the best thing to do, but now I could, be able to educate kids how to box, build their confidence up. I get a lot of phone calls to do it. I got a lot of moms that pull up and tell me, "Yo, listen, my son ain't listening to me. His dad's not around. His dad I got two students that, their father got killed." You know what I'm saying? So I'm a big brother to them, father figure to them, and I got one I got one student right now that he's 6-0. You know what I'm saying? He got three knockouts, and we moving forward. I got other guys that do it for just to get in shape. And I just, I love the sport of boxing. Either if you want to get in shape and learn how to protect yourself, or do your thing. But yeah, Mill City Boxing, man, it all started in the boxing gym. I started this podcast because I had students of mine that said, "Yo, you should do a podcast. Your life story is lit, and you know a lot about boxing." And then it happens to be I grew so many different connections, and people like my story. So that's it, guys. I ain't gonna keep talking about myself now. You know what I'm saying? That's a little that make me feel like I'm cocky and shit. But yeah, 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 yeah. I'm proud of myself. But at the end of the day, that's my story. I can completely relate. I grew up in the inner city. Yeah, man, shit can get crazy, man. Needles everywhere, and you can get into gangs and shit like that. And, nah, we not about that. We about changing people's lives. If Benavidez fights a healthy Canelo, he will not be a volume puncher the night that night, cause he will get clipped. If he got KO'd by Graville, best trust Canelo will counterpunch Benavidez and take him out. Yeah, but styles make fights, though. You know what I'm saying? Styles make fights. Damn, Modo, man, appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. Cinco peso, $5. That right there. You know how many plátanos I can get with that? Shoot, at the bodega, shit, un sandwichito even better. I love orange soda. Ooh, under underrated karma. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? I mean, I really rock with y'all though. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all lit with it. Y'all lit with it. Canelo don't want to walk into the fire though. Big brother in life. See, that's what I am. I'm a big brother in life. But yo, peep game. Styles make fights, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you one thing. David Benavidez, I don't think he got that one punch knockout power, but if he hits you two times, the third one might get you go to sleep though. You know what I'm saying? What they say, right? Um, One to distract you, pow, right? To get your head going up, right? Because I don't know if anybody y'all got punched in the face before, but normally when you get hit right here, your head goes up, right? Um, or if you get hit with an uppercut, I got hit with an uppercut right with my boy Posse, man. Hope you come home. You know what I'm saying, great fighter back in the days. But he was like 168 pounder, and I was sparring him, and he hit me with an uppercut, boom, and my head had seen the ceiling. And I was like, oh shit! If he hit me with a left hook right after, I probably wouldn't have been able to fight in the Golden Gloves that week. If y'all know the rules, you get knocked out, you're supposed to like sit down for a little bit. But Mills, what area in your gym is located? I mean, are you Mill City, man? Like Lower Massachusetts? It's Lower Massachusetts. But I'm actually training. I'll be training in different areas as well: New Hampshire, Lawrence. I'm all over Massachusetts right now. You know what I'm saying? Bubo Andres just beat Benavidez. What you mean he just beat Benavidez? That don't make no sense, Sean. That don't make no sense. Quick story though, if I won my last amateur fight, I would have fought Bubo Andres though. Real rap. He in Providence, you know what I'm saying? And the home of the New England Golden Gloves is Mill City. Just to give you guys a heads up on that. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. We turned up on this live today. I want to see if I can get somebody else on. If it's Bruce Carrington or if it's James Tony or whatever the case may be. I want to be able to bring you guys more content. Plus, I gotta post another because I don't know if y'all guys follow me on if you guys follow me on Instagram, I do some interviews there that the people that can't tap in, some of these people, they'll be like, they don't know their Google password or whatever the case may be, so they can't get in on here. But, oh, what's up, Sean? You from Brockton? That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, Brockton, Massachusetts. Isn't Hagler from there? I think Hagler, Marvelous Marvin Hagler is from Brockton. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, salute to everybody on the line, man. And yo, spread the word from the area, bro. Spread the word from the area. I'm gonna get into some of these comments as well. Mill, what you think about Shakur and Edwin De Los Santos fighting in November? What I think about it is, it's a good fight. That's a good fight. Um, do you let subs on? I'm gonna be doing a call in, and that's this is when I do the call in number. That's when it's gonna go crazy. Trust me. So you best believe that Omaha, Nebraska tapped in, man. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I was gonna have the homie Bernie on today, but he had to go to work and stuff like that. But yeah. I think the De Los Santos and Shakur fight is gonna be a good fight because two southpaws, two boxers. You got one that got can punch with two hands. But he gets out of shape a lot. When he don't got to fight, he go to DR, eat all the plátanos possible, the mangú, the I forget what they call the milkshakes that they be drinking in DR, and then the presidentes get crazy. So he lives a different lifestyle outside of boxing that I don't really approve of. And I think that's the reason why it's going to be a main factor why he's not as sharp as he should be. Great two last fights that he had, with Joseph Adorno and also Rayu Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? Blind Faith, thank you for the other $10. Not 10. I'm over here adding up what I have here, but thank you for the $5, man. I just really appreciate it. I appreciate the subs, that actually support when it comes down to throwing a little change up out this way. I really appreciate it. It helps me. It helps me. It helps. It really does. It helps. It helps. But let's get into your super chat, my brother. I really appreciate it. Loma Shakur, question. Loma Shakur. I think Shakur, just a little insight. Shakur kind of hurt Loma to the body. You know what I'm saying? Shakur don't want to talk about it because he kind of talk about it, the old school stuff. But yeah, Shakur and Loma, I think a lot of Loma's best attributes is his footwork. You know what I'm saying? And the way he pivots. I think it's a big thing, and because he's southpaw, you tend to see Loma go right behind his opponent. With Shakur being southpaw and also a master of distance and great footwork, it's not good. He kind of neutralizes Loma's best attribute. Now, Shakur Stevenson is a bigger guy than Lomachenko, so the size of the arm reach is going to be a factor. You know what I'm saying? So Lomachenko's timing is good, but it's not going to be as good as Shakur's. So a lot of the good things that Loma has, Shakur has, but Shakur is bigger and he's sharper and he's younger and he's fresher. I got Shakur Stevenson if that fight ever does happen. Rolly and Matthias, are you serious? I don't know if you've seen my Matthias interview, but when I talk to him about Rolly, he goes and tells me, Matthias tells me, Rolly a joker, Rolly a joker. Matthias interview coming on his way. Matthias interview coming on his way. I got a lot more content with him, so I'm gonna be posting that as well. Hitchison and Russell, good fight. I just did my interview with Russell talking about Hitchens, and he got tight. He was like, I asked him, I was like, yo, um, I talked to Hitchens, and he talked about some of the guys that he was in the amateurs with Tio, with Boots, and he says that out of all y'all, you are the only one that really didn't get better as a pro. You kind of stayed the same. Mm. Frank and Isaac Cruz. I like Frank in that fight. I think he's a better boxer. I think he's a little bit taller, and he possesses great footwork. I think that's a good fight, though. I think that's a real good fight. And honestly, I think that fight's gonna happen. Um, don't know when, but it's gonna happen. I don't know if it's next for Frank or if Tank gets Isaac. If Tank doesn't fight Isaac, I feel like Frank is gonna fight Isaac. Um, but that's a good matchup. I'm glad, and I think that's one of the matchups that the reason why the Shakur Stevenson fight didn't go through. Isaac opposes a lot of fan base, and then also it's a measurement stick to fight Tank Davis. So Frank will get an Isaac Cruz and a Tank Davis fight, and that's the reason why he didn't take the $1 million to fight Shakur Stevenson. The reason why Shakur Stevenson was mad was because Frank agreed on the fight, and he doubled back to say he didn't want to do it. I guess Frank said something about him and his extra change, and I wanted some extra change. When I talked to Shakur about it, extra change meant 50-50 on the pay-per-view buys. They wanted to give him a flat fee. Very similar to what Haney wanted to do with Shakur, but Shakur is on another level. He has a more popularity than Frank, so Haney shouldn't have opposed that type of a deal, that type of an offer to Shakur. I know I'm talking a lot. I hope you guys get all this stuff. Tio and Tank. Tio and Tank is a crazy fight. It's a crazy fight. I love the fight. Um, I don't know how to call it. I honestly don't know how to call it. Like, I like Tio in the fight because of the size. I like that they both have power. That's a 50-50 fight right there. Tank, I think, he might have a bigger punch, maybe not. I never got punched by either of them, so I couldn't tell you. But it seems to me that Tio does oppose a high IQ. Tank does too. That's one of the best fights in boxing, to be honest with you. That's one of the best fights in boxing, and I don't really know how to call it. You know what I'm saying? I know I haven't met Tank, but Tank said that he likes my content. I'm cool with Tio. That's. I'm not trying to be biased or anything like that. That's why I did. Yeah, I don't just jump up and say Tio. Nah, like, that's a good fight. I want to see it, but I think the size can oppose a type of a threat in that fight, but that's just my take on it and stuff like that. Zab Judah and Crawford, if it was ever to happen, that's a fantasy fight right there, right? So I think that's a good fight. We got two guys that can go southpaw. I think that if you want to see what weight, because Zab was an undisputed champion at 147 pounds, but also he felt the most comfortable, I think, at 140. That's a good fight. Um, Zab's faster, but if you look at it, Crawford's bigger. Zab's gonna hate me on this one. I think. I think Zab might hate me on this one, but I feel like Zab has fought the better opposition in his career. Let's be honest. Miguel Cotto, Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Like Danny Garcia. He's had some better competition. Um, that's a good one. That's a pick 'em. That's a pick 'em. But I think that Crawford might have been a little too big for Zab. Um, but Zab gives a problem for everybody, and Zab got a punch too. So um, at 100, that's tough. You put me on the spot there, and I'm cool with Zab. You put me on the spot, but with Tito and Benitez, I will give it to Benitez. Benitez is my number one favorite Puerto Rican boxer. So salute to Mill City Boxing, Liddy. I just broke that down, the whole thing. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Um, my man go live, it up in the DR, laughing my ass off. Nah, 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 we in the PR. I'm Puerto Rican, bro. Puerto Rican. But I love everybody. Q. I ain't gonna lie. I favor Shakur in the matchup, but I think that's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Yeah, man, that would be a good fight. Great card, man. Appreciate you, Blind Faith. You killed it right there. You definitely killed it right there with that one. I definitely appreciate all the super chats that everybody has dropped. I think that that was amazing. Amazing that you guys showed the love. And we got another one. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm really rocking with y'all. Like, this is mad love right here. This is mad love. Big brother in life. Gracias por los 5 pesos. Thank you for the $5, the 5 piece, the 5 tacos, the whatever, man. The 5 pieces of fried chicken, whatever, man. I appreciate those $5, man, because that keep me rolling. Real talk. Yo, Mills, I appreciate what you do for the youth. If it wasn't for boxing, I wouldn't have survived. Uh, Southeast DC boxing saves lives. Man, that's a fact. That's a fact, and I appreciate you. One day I'm gonna go live on in the gym to show you guys some of the kids that I work with, and show you guys my game, some of the shit that I really brought to them, and what type of things, and you'll see the type of lives that I believe that I'm saving. You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds crazy that I'm saving lives, but you know, like I said, I had a coach that did it for me, and I feel like I gotta give back. And I feel like having this YouTube channel, you guys are giving back to me, and I feel like God is just working in mysterious ways. And I appreciate everybody that has sent me a super chat, liked this segment. It's like I said, it's all love, and I'm gonna just keep them coming, man. I'm gonna just keep them coming and giving you guys the best content that I can, man. Because let's say, Foot TV. Let's get on that YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on TV in a minute. Only I do watch Force, Power. Um, I, I be watching like the gangster shit. I don't know. I'm into that shit. Ikoto Facts was cracking. Ikoto was goody. It's El Koto. My bad. But yeah, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all for tapping in, showing the love. This was a great live. We tapped in with Austin Trout. He gave me his reaction on the fight. Also some fight news that he has coming up. Gonna be fighting up in what he say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Godfather of Harlem's good too, but I watched the whole thing though. I watched the whole thing. It's just fire though. Ooh, another $2, man. That is bringing me up right now. We up right now. We getting these super chats and we up right now. Blind Faith with the $2 or $2 pesos. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Mills, Usyk versus Fury. Real. Like, is it real? Um, yo, I thought you said Edwin versus Rodriguez. I didn't know if y'all knew who Edwin Rodriguez was from Worcester. He was a former champion and stuff like that. But Edwin and Rodriguez, what weight class we talking about here? I'm trying to figure out who we talking about. But with the males, with the Usyk and Fury, they saying it's real. They saying that's ESPN saying it about their own fighters. So when ESPN be talking about other platforms, I be like, yo, like stop the cap, stop the cap. But when they talk about their own fighters, that be some real talk. Um, I think that Fury is making this happen, honestly, and it's funny too because he has a fight with Ngannou, but then signed a deal with Usyk in the same time, which is looking past his opponent. Um, Maybe it's because if Gando wins, he guarantee. Oh, Bam Rodriguez and Sonny Edwards. Thank you. Firefight, firefight. But I'm gonna tell you something. Sonny Edwards, really good defensive fighter. But I'll tell you one thing. Bam Rodriguez, one of the best technicians. I call him the Mexican Lomachenko. Man, his angles are lit. His catch and shoot game. Bam Rodriguez is one of my favorite fighters of today. Young fighters. He's one of my favorite young fighters. Mexican, don't fight like a Mexican, but well, I can't say that. In today's eras of Mexican fighters, the new up and coming, they're coming with different game. They're definitely elevating. They're giving a little bit of the old school with the new school. Sonny is a great boxer. He could box his ass off. And he's a great defensive fighter as well. I like Bam Rodriguez in the fight though. I really do. I think that Bam he's so into the sport of wanting to become better. Um, I like Bam Rodriguez. Trained by Robert Garcia. Yeah, I like Bam. I think Bam takes it by decision. Um, and it's gonna be a fun fight. I think that's a underrated fight right there. I think nobody's talking about it, Blind Faith, and I feel like people should be talking about it. But you know what? On this channel, we don't just talk about all these big fights. We talk about every fight. So definitely, I'm going with Bam Rodriguez on that, and I'm putting money on it as well. I'm pretty sure that he's the favorite as well. But I like that. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Um, Yeah, I'm a super hill. I'm super. You mean super high on Bam Rodriguez? Yeah, he's so good, man. He's such a good fighter. Even Shakur, he likes him a lot too. He likes him a lot too. I like him. Sonny by points or Bam by KO in my great. It's a great matchup. It's a great matchup. Um, Bam Rodriguez to this is a big task. This is a big task. If Bam can knock him out, damn, damn. Did it, did it. Remember who was it? Was it Mace? Did it, did it, did it, did it, did it. Damn. Yeah, facts. I like that fight. I like that fight. What y'all think about the Soto Ramirez and Joe Smith? I feel like Jules, we haven't seen enough of these. We haven't seen these guys in so long that we don't even know what fighters coming into the ring. Honestly, we really don't know what fighters coming into the ring that this weekend. Um, but nevertheless, man, make sure you guys smash the like button, man. I'm appreciative of all the super chats that came in. It's uh, it's very grateful. I'm glad that I was able to share some of the things that I do outside of YouTube, but in the same time, just breaking down some of these fights. You know what I'm saying? Wilfredo Benitez versus Pretty Boy Floyd. Chacho, that's a good one. That's a good one. Um, you know, how do you compare 14 round fighters to 12 round fighters? It's tough. It's tough. But I like Benitez. I think I like Benitez on that. I like Wilfredo Benitez in that fight. Y'all might call me crazy, but I think that's Wilfredo Benitez is an amazing fighter. I mean, if you can beat Sugar Ray, um, if you could beat Sugar Ray Leonard, and I think Sugar Ray Leonard against Floyd Mayweather, I think Sugar Ray Leonard beats Floyd Mayweather. My opinion. Mills, Pretty Boy versus Money May. Mm, mm. I like, a lot of people don't understand, but Pretty Boy got hit. Pretty Boy got hit because he got more aggressive. Pretty Boy also didn't fight the level of opposition that Money May did. I think Money May beats Pretty Boy in my behalf. I think that. I think so. I think that so defensive. He was so his he was so cautious. You know what I'm saying? He was. It's like they're two completely different fighters, right, guys? Like they were two completely different fighters. Fam, we won the WBC strap years ago, years old. Oh, WBC strap at 17 years old. Who we talking about, big brother? Who we talking about? Oh, you talking about Wilfredo? Wilfredo? Blind Blind Faith, I agree 100%. Yo, man, I'm just saying that. But what you think about the Benitez though? I think yeah, Wilfredo. Yeah, I knew you were saying Wilfredo. Yeah, different caliber fighter, right? Different caliber fighter. Back in the days, that's why. And people be like, "Yo, Mills, why you say that?" But it's like, "Yo, do you? I like if I'm done this live, I be watching boxing. I be watching old school boxing, and I just I like watching old school boxing. You know what I'm saying? I like watching that boxing that be like, yo, like why the quality don't look so good? I like that type of boxing. Real talk. I like that HBO boxing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta bring them shits back. You know, Mills. Shout out to Keyshawn. Uh, go to 140 if he's not going to fight Shakur. They're not gonna fight. They're not gonna fight. I don't know if you remember watching my interview with Shakur. He said that there's only two fighters he won't fight, and that is Richardson Hitchens and which is Africa, or he won't fight Keyshawn. The two fighters that he won't fight. Hagler versus I like Hagler. Hagler was different. Hagler used to switch southpaw orthodox. He used to hit you with bombs. Man, he would hook. That motherfucker got some crazy hooks. Hagler's work rate was crazy. Yo, I was watching workout videos of Hagler. Nobody worked out like him. And then he would eat like McDonald's or some shit like that. And he could do it. And then nobody cared because he came into some of the best shape in life. Like real talk. Hagler is one of the best of all time. He's on my Hagler. Hagler is in my Hagler is in my top five of back in the day fighters. My opinion. But yeah. I got Wilfredo because he would have used Pretty Boy Floyd's aggression against him. Yeah, man, he was a technician, and he packed a punch as well. He moved, he beautiful footwork. You know what I'm saying? Wilfredo Benitez, one of my favorite Puerto Rican. Fuck Puerto Rican. He's one of my favorite all time fighters. He's all top five. Wilfredo Benitez in my top five of all time. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Grand Monzon or Hagler. I honestly, I would pick Hagler, bro. I mean, I like and some people would differ. Some people would differ, but Hagler was different, man. What does he got like? He has minimum losses. I'm cool with his grandson. I'm cool with his grandson as well. Yeah, he was telling me stories about him and Durant, how they would go to Africa and shit like that. He died. Hagler died off of they say it's because of the corona, the coronavirus killed Hagler. Rest in peace, Hagler. I wish I was able to meet you. Good fight. It's a pick'em though. It is a pick'em. It is a pick'em. It is a pick'em. Um, now we get into that old school. I could talk about old school boxing all day. Real talk. I could talk about boxing all day. My favorite fight of Wilfredo was the fight with Hearns. He made him miss several punches. It's just Wilfredo Benitez, bro. You don't see fighters like that. Danny Garcia versus Gotti. You know, I'll probably go with Danny because Danny had a big punch. He was knocking shit out at 140 pounds. I know the work rate of Gotti could have made Danny flustered, but I think Danny got enough. I'm pretty sure Danny had more enough boxing ability to hang with Gotti. Gotti was a great champion at his time. You know what I'm saying? At his time. Remember, like, we didn't see, I always talk about boxing. Boxing's always about timing. When you was champion, who did you fight? Because, like, if we talk about Devin Haney and who he fought and when he fought them, I don't want to discredit. I think that some of Devin Haney's best wins are not. They're all not like Cambosis is not the best win for me. Going 2 times to it. I think for me, I liked the Gamboa. I think that Linares was the biggest win for him, and then the Jojo Diaz. I like that he got them. You know, but let's be honest, all three of those guys that I said were washed. No, we never got Mikey Garcia versus Loma at 130. We never did. You know what I'm saying? And you know what else we never got? And that I wish that we had was Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao at 140 pounds. I think that would have been a good fight. It would have been like a lot of people would have seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that was and prime Mikey Garcia too, like prime Mikey Garcia. So we're looking at around like a 37, 38-year-old Pacquiao. So that's my take. That's my take on it. That's my take on it. Um, let me know what y'all think, man. Let's show some more love. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Big brother in life. Hell, we never got Mikey versus Gamboa as well. We never did. Crawford versus Pacquiao was the fight I wanted to see. Yes. You know, hearing Bob Arum saying like, yo, I never wanted Manny to fight him because I knew who Crawford was, shocked me. But then interviewing a few people that have sparred Pacquiao and Crawford, I know two people. One of them is Kenneth Sims Jr. They told me that Crawford would have been able to pick Pacquiao apart. Um, Pacquiao got this style that is like, and then he will break the rhythm. Pop. Then he'll hit you with like 4 shots or 3 shots. And they're quick. They're all straight punches, straight. And if he's seen that he can counter you with a hook, over the top check hook, he'll do it. But Loma versus Pacquiao, I think Pacquiao would have ate him though. Would have loved. I like that matchup though. Battle of the footworks right there for sure, for sure. That's a real good technician fight. Like if you a big boxing fan and you like angles and you like speed, and then you got the speed that the power that Manny had and stuff like that. That's a good fight to watch though. Like that would have been nice to watch. That's why I like a Loma and Shakori fight for that reason. Because I know what we're gonna get to see is a masterpiece. A current Canelo versus 35-year-old Floyd. Ooh, 35-year-old Floyd. 35-year-old Floyd um was pretty decent. 35-year-old Floyd was pretty decent. But yeah, what weight class? What weight class? So that matters. I felt like Canelo struggled to stay at 54 pounds, you know what I'm saying? And Blind Faith, salute, man. You making me want to stay on the live. Like the people that are sending super chats, they're making me want to stay on the live and not get off. Real talk. So I appreciate you, man. Bevo versus Better Beef probably never happened. I think it will happen though. Oh, another super chat. Big brother in life. Otro do peso. Best jab in boxing. Um, who do I think is the best? I think Tommy Hearns had one of the best jabs in boxing. Uh, Tommy Hearns has definitely had the best jab. There was different variations of the jab that he had that were really dope. A lot of people don't like it. All right, so old school jab, Tommy Hearns. Uh, in the You know who had a great jab that a lot of people don't be like? Um, Triple G. Triple G had a really, really good jab. Strong jab, fast jab, stiff jab. Really good jab. Um, Better distance, Bivol or Shakur. Blind faith. You could tell that you know boxing because when I talk about distance control with my students, those are the only two people that I mention, Bivol and Shakur. And they're completely different weight classes. You got a big guy, light heavyweight moving the way he moves, which is super impressive. That's why with the Bivol and Better Beef fight, that's why I could see Bivol, taking it just because of the style and Better Beef, getting older. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, Floyd's job was nice. Floyd job was nice. Nothing like Thomas Hearns, because he didn't have the stiff one. You know what I'm saying? The stiffy. Uh, Liston had a good jab. Lennox Lewis had a great. Well, see, so when we talk about um heavyweights that had the jab, you got to go with Ali, Lennox and Ali. Lennox and Ali. Ali had one of the best jabs. One of the best jab. You know who had a good jab? But people don't, he didn't bring it back home, was Roy Jones. Roy Jones had a nice jab, but never brought it back home. Never brought it back home. Davy Boy Gangles. Larry Holmes. Wow. Larry Holmes had one of the best jabs too. Jab is my favorite my favorite punch in boxing. When I was an amateur, I was messing people up with my jab. Shit, I used to handicap my right hand with everybody. Man, and every time I landed my right hand, it was so accurate because of the jab. You set everything up with the jab. Floyd Patterson's jab was nice. Yeah, Larry's jab. Ali's is lights out. Yeah, man. It was you guys made me want to hit up James Tony. When I heard lights out, all I was thinking was James Tony right there. Um uh I'm telling you guys are really making me want to stay on, but I feel like I gotta get another interview in. What you think? Like, what you think? You think we gotta get another interview in, or we good right here? We good with the chat? You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Smash the like button, guys. 80 likes would be pretty decent if I can get them. You know. Uh, but nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all for tapping in. Thank you for all the super chats, man. They're really they're really helpful right now. And continue being the best y'all you could possibly be. God bless. On to the next. And it's Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters channel, the Trainers channel, and my People's channel. Much love to everybody on the live. And like I said, once again, thank you for the super chats. They're all blessings, man. They all help each and every single one of y'all. Make sure y'all smash the like button, please.